Looks like all of Twitter and all of YouTube owes this man an apology. So last week, this video went viral. We'll go ahead and play it right now. Of a man that was driving with a suspended license.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present via Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Wait. You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And he didn't have a license.
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at
Yes.
his record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
So, I mean, understandably, at first glance, you know, there's a reason why it went viral. We had a couple of memes out of it, right? His look, you know, it became a meme itself where he's like, when you realize you messed up, etc. The oh my god at the end. The internet was having a field day with this stuff. Poor guy though, Corey Harris, ended up being not really as guilty as everybody thought, right? So, like I said, all the internet was trashing him specifically because of this, that he was, you know, not very smart for driving while, you know, having his license suspended and showing up in a Zoom call driving. Even though that probably now, you know, looking back, it is going to be in his favor once I read what happened. The update to this case. The fact is though, in the future, maybe if you are, you know, having a license suspended issue, regardless if it's court, you know, needs to fix it or not, it might be a good idea to do the Zoom call stationary, not driving. And forget even if it's not even a suspended license, because you could be distracted driving anyways. And why would you want to show a judge that you are driving and trying to pay attention to a phone instead of the road? You know, regardless of what the charges are, even if it wasn't about the license, this could have been something as simple as any other traffic violation, right? Running a red light, stop sign, etc. And then you do this, it's going to look still bad, because then these like, well, no wonder you have these, because you obviously get distracted pretty easily if you have to be on a Zoom call while you're driving. So that definitely a bad decision to be driving while trying to be talking to a judge. I guess that's the moral of the story, is don't do that. But an update in this case for Corey Harris specifically, they want to be a clerical error. All right, so Corey Harris's driver's license was supposed to be reinstated in 2022, so 2 years ago, but the Saginaw County friend of the court never sent over the clearance. Even as of this past week, his license was still listed as suspended. So if we open up the article here, basically he should have his license. It's a clerical error, and it's supposed to be reinstated. I guess it's going to be reinstated here soon, and we probably shouldn't have clowned him as much as he wound up getting online. Everybody was really vicious to him. Order rescinding license suspension. This was back in January of 2022. It was when it was supposed to be lifted. According to Michigan Secretary of State office, they never received clearance from the front of the court in 2022, so Harris' suspension was never lifted. Harris recently appeared on the courtroom video that showed him driving during a virtual hearing. Harris said he was driving his wife to the doctor because her medical condition was worsening. It's very embarrassing, says the man who went viral for driving the court. Once Judge Cedric Simpson noticed Harris driving, he asked the attorney who was representing Harris in the courtroom. The defense attorney confirmed that driving with suspended license was indeed the charge Harris is facing. What's unclear is why Harris's case wasn't resolved by his public defender or the Pittsfield Township Prosecutor's Office months ago. It took less than 5 minutes for 7 News Detroit to search Saginaw records to see that in January 2022, the judge rescinded the order that suspended his license so he could be reinstated. So, basically, the News has done their homework to show that he should have his license, and why it still hasn't been updated even to this day, apparently, is another question on its own. I'm sure that he did turn himself in, and it's probably all gonna be handled here shortly. But yeah, I feel like in the end, maybe the internet owes Corey Harris an apology, because even though he's technically driving with a suspended license, it should have been rescinded. He should have his license, and he very much should be in his legal right to drive his wife to the doctor. So poor guy, I kind of feel bad. I laughed about it. I'm not gonna lie, it was a funny moment. The judge laughed at it. Look at that, you see his face here laughing at it. The internet laughed at it. It made for a funny story. In fact, I actually was gonna do a video on this, and now I'm kind of glad that I was busy last week, so I couldn't do any videos, and got the updated story that in the end, Corey Harris is going to get his license back. It does appear to be a big misunderstanding, and maybe people would now apologize, and maybe with this video would be the first step on YouTube, so that people could see now that Corey Harris wasn't a complete moron or anything like that. Although I will say, though, in the end, still, the moral of the story is don't do a Zoom call with the judge while driving, period. I think if this started off as him in the car, but he was already stationary and he just said, hey, I'm at the doctor's office, maybe there wouldn't have been such a big hoopla about it, right? But it's because of the fact that he was driving, he did have a Zoom call, and then the charge ended up being driving with the suspended license. It just, altogether, it just sounded hilarious. But like I said, even if there was nothing to do with licenses, no matter what traffic violation, actually, no matter what it is, period, it could have been child support, right? Or anything. Don't talk to the judge while you're driving. I guess that's the moral of the story. Don't do that. Don't do that. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This is Siggy saying peace. I'm out.